have a very special Coach handbag to unbox and show you today. A few videos ago, I did 2 videos on the Coach Legacy collection. Well, one was on the Coach 65th anniversary collection, which was the start of the Legacy collection. And then in the next video, I showed you all the bags in my Legacy collection. Well, this video will be an addition to that. And it's a rare, hard to find one that I happened across recently and snagged it. And since I talked so much in those 2 videos about the Legacy collection, I probably won't do too much talking about it in this and just open the bag and show it to you. So I'm also going to throw in some bonus content on a brand new book that was just released about iconic handbags. I purchased it. When you go to look at it online, there's not a lot of information, so I wanted to show you a little bit of it to give you a better idea of what it entails so you can make a more informed decision about whether you might want to buy it or not. And I hope that's helpful, so stay tuned. And welcome, I'm Autumn Beckman, and I'm here to help you live your most luxurious life within your budget. I post new videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, so please make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any of those and so you don't miss my daily community posts where I share the best sales of the day and fabulous handbags that I find. Also, don't miss my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop. That's where you'll find handbags and accessories I have for sale, as well as the My Handbag Collection Organizer. These are planner pages that I've designed to help you organize and curate your handbags and your life. The heart of which is the item tracker page. This is where you can record everything you'd want to know about your handbags and small goods. I also have lots of trackers for things like wish lists and shipments and purchases. Plus pages that help you keep track in different ways of how and how often you use your items. And calendar pages in a variety of formats so you can find what works best for you, plus so much more. Let's start with the book. It's big. It's a big coffee table book. This was created by Fashionphile. It's called The Book of Iconic Bags, and they had it printed by Osceline, who is known for making gorgeous, high-quality books, particularly big coffee table books. I have a few books of theirs, and they're always gorgeous. The Fashionphile website, where this is listed, has a few pictures from the inside of the book and a little bit of information on it, but it doesn't really give you a ton of information about what to expect. And when you're looking at a book of iconic bags, you kind of want to know which bags it's going to talk about, right? And what kind of information you're going to get. Is it just a picture book? Is there also writing in the book about the bags? So the answer is yes and yes. The book talks about 25 different handbags, and the list of what Fashionphile chose as the 25 most iconic handbags, not everyone is going to agree with. I certainly don't agree with the entire list, but let me tell you what is on that list, which bags are in this book. There's the Hermes Kelly, the Chanel Classic Flap, the Bottega Veneta Cassette, the Gucci Jackie, the Prada Backpack, the YSL Lulu bag, the LV Speedy, the Dior Saddle, the Louis Vuitton Capucines, the Celine Luggage bag, the Hermes Birkin, the Judith Lieber Minaudière, the Dior Lady Dior, the Jacquemus Chiquito bag, Prada Nylon Loewe Puzzle, the Fendi Baguette, the Balenciaga City bag, the Bottega Veneta Jody, the Celine Triomphe, the Chanel 2.55, otherwise known as the reissue, the Goyard St. Louis, the Stella McCartney Falabella bag, the Hermes Constance, and the Gucci Diana. In terms of what to expect about the content of the bags, let me show you one section. I'll show you the first one, which is on the Hermes Kelly. So what you'll see in each section is one page that has photos and then one page that has the title and a few paragraphs of text. That's all the text you get unless there's maybe a quote. Not every section has this, which is kind of like the Louis Vuitton City Bags book, where there's columns and rows of the bag in different variations. Here's an advertisement. They don't all have old advertisements either, but it's basically that page of text followed by a few pages of photographs of the bags, different variations, details on the bags, people wearing the bags. There's some details, there's a quote, more people wearing the bags, and then on to the next section. The book costs $120. Now, that may sound like a lot because it is for most books, but for Osceline books, it's a really good price point. Do I think it's worth it? Am I glad I got it for $120? For me, it's worth it because I have a small collection of of these really nice books about handbags that I use as a resource to create videos. For most people, I'd say it's a nice coffee table book to flip through at your leisure, and you're probably going to learn some things about the bags. I wish, and maybe this is just me, but I wish there was more information about the bags, more photos of different variations, changes over the years, things like that. But it's a really well done book, so whether it's worth it to you, well, that's why I'm giving you this information, so hopefully you can decide that. Now, let's move on to the Coach bag unboxing. I bought this bag Preloved, which is probably obvious since it's part of the Legacy collection, and I actually unwrapped this and took a peek at it when I got it a few weeks ago because I knew I wouldn't be filming the video for a while and I had to make sure it was as described. So it's not wrapped up where I can show you how it was packaged, so I will just pull it up out of the box and get the massive box out of my way. This is the Coach Ergo Tote. It's from 2007, so not part of the 65th anniversary, but part of the Legacy line. I'll show you the interior in just a minute. This is paper that it's stuffed with. I'll bring it closer too. I have a video that I will link below on the Ergo totes, so I won't go into too much detail about this, but I want to give you a spin of it so you can see how the whole thing looks in case you're not familiar with this bag. And what is really special about this particular version of the Ergo tote, because I do have two others. I have this one in turquoise, and I have this one in the signature jacquard. But what's special about this is that it's vachetta leather. It's not quite the same vachetta as the 65th anniversary. This is the whiskey leather. This is a thicker leather, I'd say, certainly heavier, especially with all the brass on this bag. I would say that this vachetta is probably closer to Louis Vuitton vachetta. Now this has honeyed over time. It started out as that crisp white vachetta that we're used to with new Louis Vuitton bags, whereas this appears to be vegetable tanned to this color. The interior of this bag, just like on the turquoise one, has the Legacy striped lining, whereas the interior on this jacquard bag does not have that, even though this bag is also from 2007. And in case you want to look for one of these bags, I want to point out a couple of things. One, the pocket on the front of these will either have a turn lock like this one has, or it'll have a little round snap. The snap bag is smaller than this bag, so just be aware of that. Look at dimensions. Also, if you're looking for the vachetta in particular, there is another bag that looks an awful lot like it, and it's easy to confuse the two. But this bag is done in glove tanned leather, not in vachetta. So the way to know the difference if you're looking for the vachetta bag is to look at the story patch, because it will say this is a Coach bag. It was handcrafted in China from milled pure vegetable tanned vachetta. The glove tanned leather bag won't say that. I would also point out on my bag there are two flaws that I've noticed, and I knew this when I bought it. One is it's missing the hang tag. But with a bag that's as rare as this one, that just wasn't a big deal for me. I can always add a metal Coach tag to it, and that would be fine if I want one. Also, there's a dark spot right here. You can see it better right there. Since this is a vachetta leather, so it's untreated and it will get things like water spots and scratches. And because of that, this bag is in amazing condition. For it to have just that spot is not a big deal. It's totally inconsequential to me. It does have that little spot, a couple of little spots on the bottom too. I don't care about that either. This being on the front of the bag is a little annoying. However, it's in such a great spot right there, because you could add a bag charm, or what I would do is add my Legacy striped scarf there, and that totally covers it up and it looks great. So it's really easy to hide that stain in that particular spot. So I'm very happy to have this, very fortunate to have found it. And I hope the information on this bag and the book were helpful to you. Let me know in the comments section below. If you have any questions about this bag or about the book, have you picked up the book yet? Do you think you'll plan to? Do you have one of the Ergo totes? Which one do you have? And while you're down there, please check out the description box. I will have more Ergo totes linked, including a few other versions. There's some that are suede patchwork, which are really nice, and then there's some that have like straps that come around and a buckle in the middle. I may get one of those next, we'll see. So those will be linked, plus the book will be linked. And don't forget to check out my website, autumnbeckman.com/shop, for handbags, accessories, and planner pages. Thank you so much for watching. I do appreciate it. Hope to see you back here next time, and I hope you have a fantastic day. Bye.